least it gave me a sense of being part of something huge. We were 45 different nationalities. It was a follow-up of the sort of falling in love with the Lord, quite literally, when I was young, and then only realising when I got into the life that has terrific demands, and it's, for me, was to do with how I could try to love people in a disinterested way, and to believe that that there was value in the little things that we were asked to do, or the little class I was teaching, or this, that, or the other world. I don't know if you agree.
Well, the name of our probation, as we were given in those days, was Union and Conformity with the Heart of Jesus, which always has been to me completely sort of all-embracing, because if you are in union and conformity with the heart of Jesus, you do the little things.
It was just a continuation or a time of deepening all that we had received in the past, in the years, 5 years before that, and the whole sense of God loving us. And something about, at least for me, it's always been, I wanted to spread God's love, whatever I did, and it didn't matter what I was doing, but somehow, and it was that, and it kind of was reiterated. It came again. I don't remember any great lights from probation. A tremendous sense of cor unum, you know, that everybody.
I had always thought of being a servant and service of the Lord. And in probation, somehow, it came, I do not call you servants anymore, I call you friends.
Oh, lovely. I think for me, the thing that has continued, this sense of wanting to spread God's love, is a greater realization as years have gone by that I must be a woman of heart, and it's the heart that matters. And what I do, it doesn't matter anything else, but somehow that's the most important thing. And I think it's grown over the years, and perhaps the biggest impression in my life was in the 70s. I went to South Korea for 6 years, and I went to spread God's love, you know. I'm just going to give God's love to all these people. And I realised that, I think there was 3 things I realised that I couldn't. I didn't know how, and God didn't want that. And I just came a greater understanding of God's love, and God's love for me, and God's love for other people. And it was a deeper understanding of God. I was the one that got God.
Finally, I got that. And for me, it was a sort of thing to share. I had been given so much. And there again, I found I received so much more, an understanding of, yes, so much more than I could possibly have shared with anybody.
But what we gave them was not how to teach, and you were involved, and you were there doing other work. It wasn't that. What we gave them was somehow love.
All 3 of you are talking about an international experience.
Yes.
How important to you is the internationality of the society?
Oh, it's very important.
Vital.
I think I've got that, and you realise how much we have because we are an international group, and we're bigger than just ourselves, you know. And the amount we receive, you know.
Yeah.
Watching that programme on the 4 people that went to Kenya, you know, what's
Kibera.
And watching the people in there, because of our sisters being over there, because of what it meant, you know, it was awful, but it was good. But to see what is being done, and your life is different. My life's different because I've lived in another culture. And
I think too it's what we receive.
Yes.
You know, we've had quite a number of our younger people.
Yes.
The 2 from Peru, Natsumi,
Japan.
and with Japan now. My heart is with Natsumi because you know she was over here and nothing.
she loved it.
What's happening over there for them? You know, and it's got a power and a dimension and a feeling of belonging.
Working with the refugees, quite a way on in your religious life, didn't you?
Yes. And I was saying to to Carol the other day, or to someone the other day, it's almost as if my whole life so far, everything that's happened to me has been a kind of preparation for this kind of work. And in a way, what do I do? I listen to people, to be honest, a little bit like Frances must do in the hospital. I listen. I can't, and I can sometimes write a letter for them. I can sometimes put them in touch with a solicitor. Sometimes I can do nothing, and and sometimes it's giving them a bag of food. Sometimes it's letting them cry on you. Sometimes it's letting them just give you a hug. It's just being.
What would you want to say to them about commitment in a religious life? Is it worth it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is it worth it?
Why?
Yes.
Well, it was worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be worth it for everybody. It's worth it because I think I've grown in a deep understanding of God.
Mm.
And yet at times I believe, I think I've got no understanding of God. I know there's no other way that I could live what I'm doing. And when I can't, when my mind and my heart just feel a long way away, I know I've got other sisters that I'm living with, and together that we can make something of it. I think the example.
My value for the Lord now, not value, wrong word, anyway, what I am for the Lord now is just to be how I am with all my needs, with all my dependents, and I depend a lot on the community and on the society. And that really is what can give me purpose and strength in order...
Out of your experience,
Yes.
and they were thinking, is this a life worthwhile? When there's so many other things you can do in life.
If it's a real call and a real invitation from the Lord, if that's the way they will find true peace, true fulfillment, if you like. And if anybody is discerning anything, they often say to you, where are you going to find peace?
Yes.
And
I think I say too, obviously, if you have a deep conviction that at least this step is right for you, the attempt, if you like, to say, yeah, Lord, I'll give you myself in this particular context, the society or whichever order it is, if it's going to be an order, I think there has to be a real conviction that at this moment, because we all develop, at this moment, this is it. And then I say, go for it, girl.